It is difficult enough to determine the role of sports in the real world, that you can imagine the tough decisions that an athletic director must make on a daily basis as they incorporate athletics into an academic institution.
I think athletics really helps you for the real world. You know, you're taught how to work as a team. You're taught how to deal with adversity. Sometimes you get a bad call, and you just, you know, you live with that one and you move on to the next play.
There's really no difference between a student athlete and a student. That's why we call them student athletes. Just more demands on their time.
A university competing in the SEC without an athletic department.
Anytime you touch college athletics, anytime you change the established order, you're going to get a response.
From controversial phone conversations with recruits to academic violations, scandals have reared its ugly head in collegiate athletics on a regular basis throughout the past decade. However, Vanderbilt University hurled a curveball at the NCAA 4 years ago. They fired their athletic director and announced that no new hire would be forthcoming. In fact, their athletic department in general was no longer.
While we didn't see a problem here, we did see a problem in college athletics, and we saw college athletic departments drifting further and further apart from the major aspect of the university. You know, by nature, by design almost, they're generally in a separate part of the university. And so that sort of creates the separation. And if you don't do anything to bring it back, it'll just keep drifting off.
The fundamental difference here is that athletics success at every level is now part of my job. It's part of my responsibility. And when you have the senior leadership of the university saying, this is our responsibility, I'm going to be judged in part on how successful we are in athletics, then I pay attention to it.
Without withdrawing from the Southeastern Conference, Vanderbilt University had shifted its leaders of university athletics under the same branch as all other student affairs. The vice chancellor in charge of intramurals was now the leader of Division I athletics.
We really wanted to get after, from the student athlete's point of view, the experience, to make sure that they weren't just coming to class and just playing their sports.
The Vanderbilt scenario or model is, I would dare say, is a fairly controversial model in intercollegiate athletics. They've taken a very daring step. They've really stepped out and looked to do something very different. And I guess so far it seems to be working for them.
4 years ago, when some in the media said, you guys are having you're going to have an intramural program, and what did we have? We had a #1 draft pick of football. We had the baseball player of the year.
Intercollegiate athletics will watch with interest what happens there long term. They are really taking the idea of the student athlete and trying to do some unique things with it, and I salute them for that.